Just under 24 hours left until the South Sea Mercenary League season of 2024 kicks off. Yes, there's going to be prizes, land battles with caps, of course. It's all on the challenge page. You can check out links in the description below for the challenge page. You can head over to my Discord to find more details. But yeah, it's I've talked about it a little bit before, but it's just a tournament series I'm running, land battles with caps. There's a $100 prize pool, and there will be 4 qualifiers, the first of which is tomorrow, so get hyped for that. If you are not playing, certainly schedule yourself to come watch on stream, because it's going to be a grand old time. Today we've got Umaze, one of the creators of the Land Battles with Caps mod. This is from a few weeks ago when a couple weeks ago now, that I had the bounty with Haggard Lords. So we've got a Prophetess Lore of Beasts here for Gotrek Starbreaker and the Doom Bowl, which is not necessarily Haggard. The Doom Bowl is actually quite good. I don't think he was necessarily going for the bounty, but the Prophetess of Beasts certainly is. Lore of Beasts generally quite good right now, even despite the fact that it's not life. Prophetess doesn't really do a lot besides being a spellcaster, but hey, sometimes that's all you need. The rest of the build here, we've got 4 Knights of the Realm, 4 Knights Errant, we've got 2 Yeoman Archers, some Peasant Mobs, Men-at-Arms with Shields and Spears, Grail Relic, 2 Paladins. Then for the Beastmen, we've got the Doom Bowl leading 2 units of Minotaurs, Ungor Spearman Herd, and 4 Zangors with Sons of Goros and 2 Centaurs. 3 Centaurs, and then Groghooves as well. Doing a little bit of skirmishing here, trying to stay away from the long range of those bows. Be a very inefficient trade for them, despite the fact they can heal a little bit. They don't want to lose any unit models there, so they're going to use those spearmen to screen a little bit as these units get into action. We see also the cavalry fight already going down, Withering being used on a 1 Knight Errant there to absolutely devastate them. Minotaurs moving into combat. And the Knights of the Realm will be much more formidable than, obviously, the Knights Errant, with that anti-large bonus against the low armor of the Minotaurs. We see Block of Doom being unleashed as well, just to, again, chunk in a little bit more damage from the Prophetess. And the Beastmen and Bretonnia both taking severe damage in this fight, having each lost a few units. Value-wise, it's hard to say. I think it's pretty much an even trade right now. I mean, maybe even in Bretonnia's favor, as the Minotaurs just take massive damage. Both players reallocating some mobile units to try and rush on over to help out here. A few kind of stop midway through to get tangled up here. Centaurs, Knights Errant in the center, charging through some peasant mobs. Sons of Goros in a beautiful position to rear charge this blob, as Doom Bowl keeps dazing everything that's here. And then here come the Sons of Goros. They're great weapons. They're a little bit of extra armor. They'll definitely do great at fighting in this engagement, dealing damage, but they also are going to take significant damage as well. Knights of the Realm get a Pan's Pelt for extra melee defense and physical resistance. In fact, yeah, on this one healthy unit here, that is going to help them significantly. You can see the Sons of Goros take massive damage, and are able to damage some of these other units, but maybe not enough to pay for themselves, actually. Taking a look at the rest of the field here for Bray Shaman of Shadows. He's on his chariot here, getting some assistance from some Centaurs. Should be able to tangle Withering on those Knights Errant as well to lower their armor, just so that the Centaurs can trade more effectively with them, right? Only 50 armor with that Withering active is pretty brutal. Groghooves also staying on station to dump their poisoned axes here into the backs of those Knights of the Realm. But yeah, the loss of the Minotaurs is going to be pretty painful for Umaze. He is down a little under 2,000 damage value already, but Beastmen definitely scrappy. Absolutely not out of this yet. And especially with Doom Bowl still alive on the field. The problem is, if Doom Bowl gets teamed up on by these 2 Paladins, and from Gotrek's perspective, it's a pretty big target priority for him to use the 2 Paladins to snipe the Doom Bowl, and also to probably snipe the Caster of Shadows as well, although I would say the Doom Bowl is definitely more important. If it was a Bray Shaman of Wild throwing out Traderkins, I might say that should be the priority, honestly, over Doom Bowl, because Traderkin's so strong, especially against a faction like Bretonnia. But as it is right now, yeah, the 2 Paladins just working Doom Bowl here, as he loses a massive amount of HP. But we've got more Centaurs coming in to try and save things. Knights of the Realm should be able to crush them on charge, no problem there. Well, I say no problem. They'll take some damage in return, but should be able to win out that engagement. Likewise, Doombull survives for the time being. He does get some Zangors in here supporting his infantry. That allows him to kind of screen through the Paladins a little bit. Also, Centaurs doing something similar. Doombull trying to stay alive. Gonna pull away from that. Just kind of hang around these high mass units who can help screen him from the Paladins. For the time being, use some of that ammo as well. Have the Grog Hooves throw some axes at the Paladins. You can see they were able to make some pretty decent contact there. Zangors over here just holding out against Spearmen and Grail Relic for quite some time. Having a saga all of their own. But the big important engagement, of course, is here Doombull with these couple more Centaurs. Zangors break up those peasant mobs. Meanwhile, Bretonnia kind of reforming their own mobile blob with some Knights and the Paladins. Prophetess also still hanging out nearby, looking for some more flocks to just keep generating great value. Yeah, considering she's not very expensive, that is actually really good value, to be honest, but another little flock of doom there. Centaurs managed to hang on. Groghooves, not too much ammunition left, but enough to be effective, certainly. Helping to damage those Knights Errant, poison them. Doombull rushing on through. And a head charge. Do a little roll there. But the two Paladins just immediately, you can see, swoop down to try and finish him off. Let's keep the health bars up now as they do fight him. Looks like he's able to screen pretty effectively. The low mass of the Paladins has kind of been their bane here. The Zangors and Centaurs have been able to screen them no problem, so Doombull now switching over to fight that other Knight of the Realm as these two Paladins extricate themselves from the Zangors. But Yume's doing a great job keeping these Groghooves right here. They actually managed to catch the one Paladin on the ground as they sort of charge through onto these other units. That's going to allow Doombull to stay relatively safe, and the Paladins absolutely cannot get separated here. That's going to lead to them getting killed. Realizing this, so this other Paladin's going to try and get away from the Zangors, but they're just fast enough. They're kind of staggering him and slowing him down as he fights there. Let's see, maybe the Brave Shaman of Shadows will be able to charge in. Nope, looks like the Paladin is going to be able to get fully away there. So the Groghooves kind of suffering their fate as a result. A little bit of mel cost on those mounted Yeoman Archers just to get them off the field. It's definitely going to help. But yeah, loss of the Groghooves definitely hurts. Brave Shaman's also going to eat a bunch of Archer fire here from the mounted Yeoman. Fast forward a little bit as Yume's moves back to control this capture point, of course. Given there's no attacking rules, he can just kind of hang out in the area, and as long as he has control of that, should be able to accrue some points. If you do take a look at the scoreboard up top, yeah, I mean, Valtrek's got a decent ticket lead on him, but from a battlefield perspective, I mean, him relying on his mobile units is going to need to be cycle charging, whereas Yume's can just kind of stay put on top of the objective and sort of defend. But let's see here. All of this is going to depend on how the single entity engagement plays out, pretty much. If the Paladin and Prophetess are able to go 2-3v1 on Doombull, that's going to be decisive. But right now, like, this Paladin gets caught up once again on the Zangors. We see Enfeebling Foe upgraded on the Doombull. Plus, the Brave Shaman comes in to help. Doombull actually just ducks out real quick, leaving the Brave Shaman to fight and then charge back in. Prophetess attacking the Brave Shaman, again, who is able to rout him. Arguably should have gone after the Doombull there, though. Maybe could have routed him as well. Or first, I should say, which would have been arguably more important. But Doombull manages to best the Paladin. Actually shatters him. So the loss of one Paladin means he can safely go after the other one. I say relatively safely. The Prophetess still is going to want to rear charge him here, which she will. Momentarily, but Yeoman also piling in, trying to screen the Zangors, counter screen even, screen the screen if you will. Prophetess charges in, and she's got pretty decent charge bonus on the Pegasus as well, so she can come get a couple of hits, but it's not enough to salvage the Paladin. He gets dazed and smashed, and with that, it's probably going to be it. All of a sudden, Prophetess finds herself by herself, and yeah, that will pretty much be game. So really nice game, nice back and forth. Interesting to see Yume's is able to win too, like 1,000 damage value down, which is definitely something. Definitely something. Beastmen are always scrappy though, and love to see it. And a nice tight late game finish there. Doombull doesn't quite actually pay for himself, but tactically, I mean, the daze is really nice to have here, and it definitely helps a number of units kind of pay for themselves. The Zangors also, just due to the barrier, I guess, just trade really effectively here, while spamming those cheap spells too for the Brave Shaman of Shadows synergizes with them quite well, as they'll gain additional weapon strength as the battle goes on. Yeah, like the Zangors quite a bit here. They seem quite an effective trade. I was almost thinking before the battle, like, yeah, maybe Pescors would be better, because they have armor piercing. They'd be able to kind of trade against Bretonnian cavalry a little bit better. Not that you really expect a lot of archers in this matchup, so I wouldn't think the missile block chance would matter so much. But I think just the shield and higher melee defense, the barrier makes Zangors just that much tankier and able to sustain in a fight like this, which I think was pretty important here. Considering everything else. Had some problems sustaining, but that's just Beastmen for you. Love to see the Prophetess of Beast getting such value. We'll check her value in just a second here, but yeah, Knights of the Realm also fantastic in this matchup. Always have been. The Bretonnian Peasants don't really do anything, but that's okay. The Mounted Yeoman also fantastic in this matchup. Overall, ended up being pretty close. I think just Gotrek, like I said, with that single entity engagement there at the end, had he played things a little bit differently, I think he definitely could have won. But anyway, let's just check the Prophetess value real quick. Yeah, so base cost of her just on the Pegasus is only 800. So, I mean, you're thinking, yeah, you take Block of Doom, maybe you take Assault of Stone. The rest of this, like, yeah, if you want it, but I don't know. There's situationally, like, the spell resistance might be good in some matchups. Like this one, but really, if you want to go cheap as possible, like 1,000 points for just flying Flock of Doom and 1 Assault of Stone if you get it in a good spot, I don't know, that might also not be worth it, but 150 points if you get it on a high value infantry unit could be worth it, or multiple units. But yeah, just incredibly cheap and cheerful, and quite good, honestly. Lore Beast is very nice right now, probably one of my favorite lores, low-key. But that's all for today. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.